The Cleveland Browns just made a series of shocking roster moves on Saturday morning, March 8, 2026, that have unlocked over $15 million in salary cap space. And according to multiple NFL insiders reporting the news, this sudden cap flexibility is setting up the most aggressive free agency spending spree that Cleveland has attempted in years. The moves that created this cap space include releasing veteran offensive lineman Joel Bitonio in a surprise cut that saves $12 million against the cap, restructuring Nick Chubb's contract to convert $5 million of his salary into a signing bonus that can be spread over multiple years, and trading defensive tackle Dalvin Tomlinson to the Jacksonville Jaguars for a 2027 fifth-round pick, which clears another $6 million off the books. But here's what makes this cap space unlock so significant. According to sources familiar with Cleveland's free agency plans, the Browns are preparing to make massive offers to 3 specific players the moment the legal tampering period begins next week. Star wide receiver Tee Higgins from the Bengals, elite offensive tackle Penei Sewell from the Lions, and Pro Bowl safety Jessie Bates III from the Falcons. The reported offer frameworks include Higgins at 4 years, $100 million, Sewell at 5 years, $120 million, and Bates at 4 years, $72 million, which, if all 3 signings happen, would completely transform Cleveland's roster while also creating one of the most explosive off-seasons in recent NFL memory. Andrew Berry is betting everything on using cap flexibility to win the free agency period, rather than relying on the draft to fix the team's problems, and whether this strategy succeeds or backfires will define the Browns' 2026 season before it even starts. The Cleveland Browns' salary cap situation changed dramatically on Saturday morning, March 8, 2026, when the team made a series of roster moves that created immediate financial flexibility heading into the free agency period. According to Adam Schefter's initial report on Twitter/X at 9:47 a.m. Eastern Time, the Browns released veteran guard Joel Bitonio, a move that shocked Cleveland fans because Bitonio has been a cornerstone of the offensive line for nearly a decade. "The Browns are releasing Joel Bitonio," Schefter tweeted. "The move saves Cleveland approximately $12 million in cap space. Bitonio, 32, has been with Cleveland since 2014, but the team is prioritizing cap flexibility over veteran continuity." According to sources close to the situation, Bitonio was informed of the decision on Friday evening and was given the opportunity to explore other teams before the news became public. The second major move came approximately 90 minutes later when Ian Rappaport reported that the Browns and running back Nick Chubb had agreed to a contract restructure. "Nick Chubb is restructuring his deal with Cleveland," Rappaport tweeted, "converting $5 million of his 2026 base salary into a signing bonus, creating immediate cap space. Chubb remains committed to the Browns long-term." According to cap experts who analyzed the restructure, this move creates $5 million in 2026 cap space while pushing $1.25 million per year into the future years of Chubb's contract through 2029. The third significant move involved trading defensive tackle Dalvin Tomlinson to Jacksonville. According to ESPN's Diana Russini, the Browns have traded DT Dalvin Tomlinson to the Jaguars for a 2027 fifth-round pick. The move clears approximately $6 million in cap space for Cleveland. According to sources, Jacksonville had been looking for defensive line depth and was willing to take on Tomlinson's contract in exchange for minimal draft compensation. When combined, these 3 moves create approximately $15.75 million in additional salary cap space for the Browns, according to OverTheCap.com analysis posted Saturday afternoon. Prior to these moves, Cleveland was projected to have approximately $8 million in cap space. With the new moves, the Browns now have approximately $23.75 million in effective cap space to use in free agency. But according to multiple NFL insiders, including Josina Anderson and Jordan Schultz, the Browns didn't create this cap space just to have flexibility. They created it because they have specific, expensive free agent targets in mind and wanted to ensure they could make competitive offers.
The first reported target is Tee Higgins, the Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver who's set to become an unrestricted free agent. According to Jordan Schultz's report on Saturday afternoon, the Browns are preparing a massive offer for Tee Higgins. Sources say Cleveland is willing to go as high as 4 years, $100 million, with $60 million guaranteed to pry him away from Cincinnati. This would make Higgins one of the highest-paid receivers in the NFL and would represent a dramatic upgrade for Cleveland's passing game. According to sources familiar with the Browns' thinking, adding Higgins would give whoever ends up being their quarterback, whether it's a drafted rookie or someone else, an elite receiving weapon who can win contested catches and stretch the field.
The second reported target is Penei Sewell, the Detroit Lions offensive tackle who was also set to hit free agency. According to multiple reports from Saturday, the Browns view Sewell as the perfect complement to their recent acquisition of Titus Howard, and they're prepared to make him the highest-paid offensive tackle in football to make it happen. Cleveland is going all in on Penei Sewell, reported Mike Garafolo on NFL Network Saturday afternoon. I'm hearing the Browns are preparing an offer in the range of 5 years, $120 million, with over $80 million guaranteed. This would be the richest contract for an offensive tackle in NFL history if it happens. According to sources, the Browns' strategy is to create one of the league's best offensive lines by pairing Sewell at left tackle with Howard at right tackle, giving their quarterback maximum protection and their running game dominant blocking. The third major target, according to reports, is Jessie Bates III, the Atlanta Falcons safety who made the Pro Bowl this past season. According to Diana Rossini's reporting, Cleveland has identified Jessie Bates as their top defensive back target. The Browns are expected to offer 4 years, $72 million to make him the anchor of their secondary. Bates would bring elite coverage ability and leadership to a Cleveland defense that has struggled in the secondary. According to sources, pairing Bates with their existing defensive talent would dramatically improve the Browns' ability to defend against the AFC's best passing offenses. The financial math of whether Cleveland can actually afford all 3 of these signings is complex, but possible according to salary cap analysts. According to Jason Fitzgerald from OverTheCap.com, if the Browns sign all 3 players, Higgins, Sewell, and Bates at the reported frameworks, the first-year cap hits would be approximately Higgins $15 million, Sewell $18 million, Bates $13 million, for a total of $46 million. Cleveland has $23.75 million in current space, so they'd need to create another $22 to $25 million through additional restructures or cuts. According to sources familiar with Cleveland's cap planning, the team has identified several additional moves they can make if necessary, including restructuring Denzel Ward's contract, $8 million in potential savings, converting Myles Garrett's roster bonus to a signing bonus, $10 million in savings, and potentially trading or releasing additional veterans. The reaction from Cleveland Browns fans to news of the cap space unlock and the reported free agency targets has been overwhelmingly positive, according to social media sentiment analysis. Browns fans on Reddit, Twitter/X, and message boards are expressing excitement about the team finally being aggressive in free agency and about the quality of the targets being pursued. If we land even 2 of these 3 guys, Higgins, Sewell, or Bates, this offseason is a massive win, posted one highly upvoted comment on the Browns subreddit. We desperately need weapons, we desperately need O-line help, and we desperately need secondary help. These signings address all of it. The reaction from Cincinnati Bengals fans to the reports about Cleveland targeting Tee Higgins has been anger and concern. Bengals fans are flooding social media with posts begging their team to match any offer Cleveland makes and warning that losing Higgins to a division rival would be a disaster. The Las Vegas Raiders, New Orleans Saints, and Minnesota Vikings, the 3 teams Shedeur Sanders named as his preferred destinations in his Instagram Live, are also watching Cleveland's moves closely, according to sources. If Cleveland uses all their cap space on free agents, it could signal they're not planning to draft a quarterback at 4, which would change how other teams approach their draft strategies. Andrew Berry's strategy of prioritizing proven free agents over draft picks represents a philosophical shift for the Browns, according to analysts who studied the team's approach. Historically, Cleveland has tried to build through the draft while being conservative in free agency. But according to sources, Berry has concluded that the Browns need to start winning now rather than waiting for draft picks to develop, and that means spending aggressively on established players who can contribute immediately.
Todd Monken's reaction to the potential signings is reportedly very positive, according to sources. Monken has been advocating for better weapons and better protection for whoever the quarterback ends up being, and landing Higgins and Sewell would give him exactly what he's been asking for. The risk of this aggressive free agency strategy, according to analysts, is that it commits significant long-term money to players who might not perform up to their contracts, and it reduces Cleveland's flexibility in future years to make additional moves. But according to sources close to Berry's thinking, the Browns are in win-now mode and are willing to accept future constraints if it means competing for playoffs in 2026. As of now, Saturday evening, March 8, 2026, the Cleveland Browns have unlocked $15 million plus in cap space through releasing Bitonio, restructuring Chubb, and trading Tomlinson. They're preparing massive offers for Tee Higgins, $100 million, Penei Sewell, $120 million, and Jessie Bates, $72 million, when free agency begins. If they land all three, it would cost $46 million in first-year cap hits, requiring additional moves to fit under the cap. Fans are excited, division rivals are worried, and the Browns are betting everything on free agency success over draft development. The next 2 weeks will determine if this aggressive strategy pays off. Browns unlocked $15 million plus cap space Saturday, released Joel Bitonio, $12 million saved, restructured Nick Chubb, $5 million saved, traded Dalvin Tomlinson, $6 million saved. Total space now $23.75 million. Targeting 3 stars, Tee Higgins, 4-year, $100 million, Penei Sewell, 5-year, $120 million, and Jessie Bates, 4-year, $72 million. First-year cap hit, $46 million, means need $22 million more. Restructure Ward, Garrett, possible. Fans hyped. Bengals fans panicking over Higgins. Berry betting on free agency over draft. Monken loves it. Weapons plus protection. Risk, long-term money, future constraints. Win now mode. Next 2 weeks crucial.